Good morning, people. Good morning. How are you? I just wanted to kind of like stop in and give you guys this beautiful, powerful spiritual message for all my ladies that's going through right now. I think the world is really been thrown off course, right now we are all going through such a huge powerful transformation, and right now the entire world is being affected with this whole coronavirus thing. And I know for myself, I'm sitting here at work and I've been feeling tense for like about an hour, and I actually got up and I soaked myself in sage here at work. I just started, like throwing and spraying sage all around, the lounge area where I'm at. And cause I'm just like a part of me was feeling very nervous, cause every time when you turn on to social media, whether it's Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram, you hear so much talk about what's going on in the media and people being affected by this whole coronavirus, and people are going in the stores and like, buying everything up. And yes, this has been like very, very alarming. And a part of me is like, a part of me is feeling 1 minute where I'm like very nervous, somewhat scared because this thing has affected so many people and so many lives have already been taken behind this virus. And I got up and I was like, let me gather my cards, because I like to keep a tarot, deck of tarot cards in my work bag. And I said, Spirit, I really need to calm my nerves down and I just need something to bring me at ease, because I feel like there's a message that needs to be delivered from my ladies, because a lot of us are going through. And I've been having people hit me up, for private readings, and I feel a lot of the I feel you, people that's been requesting for private readings because they're going through a horrific time right now, dealing with relationships, So I've been really being touched when it comes to people who's going through relationships because I've been there. I know what it's like to go through a failed marriage and go through separation and divorce. I know what it's like to have your children be pulled between mom and dad. I know what it's like to when you're hurting and you're hurting in private. You understand? And you want to be able to have someone to talk to about. You want to have a shoulder to lean on when going through, And I gathered some cards because of how I'm feeling. I'm really feeling that a lot of my women are really soul searching and soul seeking spirit, and we're just really wanting to be, at a calm place in our life. We are seeking spiritual wisdom and spiritual balance, spiritual justice. I really feel that. I feel a lot of my women are leaders, because when I sit here and I look at the Three of Cups and the Six of Wands and the Queen of Cups, Ten of Swords, Justice, Four of Wands, the Hermit card, the Strength card, the Knight of Wands, the Ace of Wands, Queen of Swords, Sun card, Queen of Wands, the World card, Judgment, the Wheel, the Star card. A lot of this lets me know that change is definitely, change is in the air, because these are the things that we as women, these are the things that we as women want. These are the things that we as of women, we want this. We want balance and leadership and careers. We want to be happy. We want to be, prosperous. We want to be safe and we want to be at peace. We want to heal our wounds and heal our broken hearts. We want to move forward. We don't want to have to keep pressing and leaning on the things that happened in the past. We are ready to get rid of those past things, and it's time for us women to heal and come together, and be strong spiritually, and that's why I'm just so blessed and I'm so proud of the change that I made because I'm gonna tell you honestly, about a year ago or a year and a half ago, I was not at this level at all, because I was devastated. I was broken heart. I had been, in a relationship with somebody for 7, 8 years off and on, and that person was just taking complete control of me and had manipulated the whole situation, where I really love this person. Not saying that the person didn't love me, but I just didn't feel as though that person was like really he wasn't able to commit. The timing wasn't right. A lot of obstacles came into play and the timing just wasn't right. And as I began to heal and grow spiritually, he went astray. You know what I'm saying? He went in the other direction. So you know, I had to seek spirit and I had to really get close to God and just really start focusing on myself and growing each and every day as my own individual woman, and just maintaining stability and being self-sufficient, hardworking and independent, responsible, trustworthy, reliable. I had to start giving those things back to myself and stop putting all my focus and energy into people who didn't mean me no good. Wanting to go behind people, pleasing people who wasn't doing nothing to help me succeed in order to be successful in life. And so I just wanted to let you know that, to all my ladies who are tuned in that will be receiving this reading is for you. To all my beautiful women out there, to all my beautiful wives and mothers and teachers and aunts and grandmothers and daughters and sisters and nieces, this reading is for you to let you know that everything you worked hard for is coming into play. We just have to be patient. We have to believe in ourselves. We have to love ourselves no matter what. We have to just let go and forgive the past situation and circumstance and whatever it was that caused some type of corruption into our lives. We just have to forgive the situation and allow it to be, a well taught, learned life lesson. Sometimes we can't change people, and life is about free will and free choice. And we live and we learn, and it takes a long time to heal. I would never tell anybody that you can get over someone the next day or the next night. It doesn't happen like that, because sometimes it could take a few years, a few months, or a few weeks. I know for me, it took me a couple of years for me to get through one situation and then another situation came into play. And sometimes it feels as though when we're moving 3, 4 feet forward, then it'll be something that'll come into play that may pull us back 3, 4 feet backwards. And sometimes when we see ourselves going forward, something or someone will come in and cause us to trip and fall, and it makes us feel like we have to start all over again from scratch. So I can definitely understand that, because I know what it's like to be a single parent mom, and I know what it's like to go through that separation after the betrayal of being in a failed marriage that didn't work out. I know what it's like to live, you know what I'm saying, within, the same city or town as the person you're separated from, and you may only be a few blocks away from the person who you're married to, and y'all are living in 2 different households, and you might be aware of your ex-husband or your ex-wife or soon-to-be ex-husband or ex-wife has moved on and now they're with someone else, and you may see them with that, so that other person, that someone else. I know for me during my separation, I was watching my husband drive around with another woman in his car, and they would drive right by me, with the other woman in the car. And that was just very devastating to me to see my husband be with another woman and to see this woman gloating in my face with my husband, So I know what that pain feels like, you know. I know what it's like to be married to someone who suffers through addiction. I was also married to someone who had a drug and alcohol problem. So I know what that's like. I stood by my husband throughout his recovery, in and out recovery, and his relapsing phase. So I've been there. I definitely understand what that's about. I know what it's like to raise a son. My son will be 28, so I do know what it's like to go through those obstacles when you have, sons and you have to constantly pray for your son and hold on to your son, and pray for your daughters because girls can go out there and be, little promiscuous and hard headed and don't listen. And we live in a society today where everything you see, these young girls, teenagers and 20s, all you see them doing is wanting to twerk, and walk around halfway butt naked. And so we really have to be strong role models for the sake of our children and grab a hold to our kids when it comes to raising our daughters and our sons, because their peer pressure will definitely lead them astray if we as parents, don't get a grip. We have to be able to put back some type of stability and management when it comes between parent and child, because we live in a world of new generation society where parents are not even allowed to discipline your own children. And, there has to be something that we could do as parents to set that example and be that strong one and that role model when it comes to raising our kids. So I definitely do understand that, and I feel that, I feel that heavy. So I do. I know what that's like, to have all the obligations and responsibilities fall on your plate because you and your husband are separated. And so now you're left with the kids. Now you have to pay the bills. You have to do the cooking and the cleaning to take the kids to school, daycare. You have to pay for this. You have to join after school programs with your kids. I am fully aware. I have been there, done that, did that. So I do know, but I just want to tell you that continue to hold on, continue to lean towards space, lean towards spirit, and to cover yourself with sage and gather you some crystals, and so we will be working on that next too. And I will be like speaking about different crystals and what it took for me, because little by little, when I first got involved with crystal healing and crystal magic, and I started getting involved with spiritual herbs and oils, I've been doing this now for like a year and a half, so I can tell you that it wasn't easy, I just started like applying myself and gathering my tools and educating myself on how I can heal, and deep meditation. A lot of times I would get off work and go home in the morning, sit on my, on my bed and just really start meditating with my crystals, and I would turn to YouTube for different healing messages that I would receive, so because I definitely see so many of my mothers and I see so many of my daughters, wanting to do great things. I see it. Yes, I see it. And I know sometimes it bothers us because we want that whole family. We want to be happy. We want to be complete. We want to be whole. We want someone to hold on to. We want someone to love them. We want somebody who's going to love us. We want that, that family. We want that other extra person in our life, but we want to be able to trust that person. And for many of us, the walls came tumbling down in our marriages and relationships that caused us to have to go another path. And so here we are today on this spiritual journey. Most of us as single women, some of us, like I said, going through separation and divorce and learning what it's like to be alone. So you're going through a transformation of one step at a time, but you're making progress. you're making progress. We just have to continue to push forward and hold on to spirit, because you're definitely doing good. Don't let that past person who damaged you and left a scar and wounded you, don't let that past person come back in to you know to detour you off course. Leave that person where they are and leave them be, and let them seek after what they need for themselves, and just try to focus on yourself and your kids and your beauty and being healthy and doing everything that we can to stay within spirit. Okay? So to all my women and to all my Virgos, or to whoever is tuned in, you don't have to be a Virgo. Even if you're a cross watcher, ladies, I'm speaking to my women right now. And I just want to say, hold your head up, okay? So I'm just going to say this is a general reading, yes, for my Virgos, but you don't necessarily have to be a Virgo to receive a positive, healthy message from my women. Okay? As always, loving God bless. I'm out.